Hello and welcome to the Calmcast, a time to feel calm and think clearly. I'm Claire Downham, the Queen of Calm, a transformational life coach. I was a burnt out head teacher who finally made the journey to calm after years of trying, and I want to prevent you from having to do the same. The Calmcast is a series of short explorations, gently guiding you back to your natural state, which is calm and clarity. Just listen like you would listen to music, with an open mind and curiosity. There's nothing else to do. Now let's relax into today's episode. So, the title of this might be a little bit triggering, I suppose. I don't really like that word. I wish I could find another word for it for a lot of people. Because we spend a lot of time, don't we? We build a huge amount of our reality around what's wrong with us. I mean, how much time in the day are we spending? Are you spending thinking about what's wrong with you? Thinking about how you need to be better here or better there. How your behaviour should be better, how your thoughts should be better, how your feelings should be better. It's consuming, isn't it? It can be really consuming. I remember really well, what consumed me for a long time was me not creating enough, not doing enough, not producing enough, procrastinating too much, not being motivated enough. I spent a lot of time focused on trying to fix that. I mean, that makes me laugh in a way because there could have been time I was spending actually doing things that were of use perhaps in my business or my life, but I spent a lot of time trying to get a better feeling so that I could do things. But it's all an illusion. There's nothing wrong with us. But the illusion is created by the most powerful force in the universe. And there's so many things that are ironic about this. The main one is that whilst we are trying to fix ourselves, we're doing that with the same thinking that's creating the illusion. So it's like an illusion trying to delete another illusion. It's like a magic trick layered over another magic trick. Really confusing. And it is confusing, isn't it? Because it looks so real. When I experience a feeling in my body that I don't like, that seems to be a problem. It can seem to be a problem. I'm not supposed to feel like this. It's not okay to feel like this. There's something wrong with feeling like this. But that's just a perspective. That's thought too. Because people experience the same feeling that you're feeling when you think it's wrong. And they don't see it as wrong. Because somewhere along the line, you've learnt that it's wrong and they haven't. I mean, anxiety is just such a great example of this because we all feel anxious. But what ramps up anxiety is the idea that we're not supposed to feel anxious. The idea that there's something there to fix. That there's something we must get rid of. And also seeing that that's a sign that there's something wrong with us, that it feeds into the illusion that there's something wrong with us. And I am not at all, like I said at the beginning, this can be triggering. I am not at all discounting how you're feeling. But when you start to see what a feeling really is, like seeing that there's nothing wrong with any of us, but we just misunderstand what's happening inside us. We misunderstand a feeling. We think a feeling is a sign of something being wrong outside in the world or inside us. And really, that's just a really simple misunderstanding. And it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you if you're misunderstanding it, because it pervades the world. You know, the idea that if you feel certain kinds of feelings, there's something wrong with you, or that that perhaps even before that, thinking there's something wrong in the outside world that needs to be solved by the outside world changing. But really, a feeling is a piece of information. Really simple, really simple. A piece of information that lets you know that your state of mind is not good. And an indication to you to take a breath, create a pause, whatever it is that works for you. Might be tapping, if that makes sense in the moment. It might be whatever makes sense to you. But from the place of knowing, there is nothing wrong with that feeling. That feeling is just information about your state of mind. And what not to do becomes clear too. Anger is a great example of this. So how many times have all of us acted in the world from a place of anger? You know, we need to become like those monkeys, say nothing, do nothing when we're feeling angry. Because I pretty much guarantee, in fact, I 100% guarantee that when you act from that angry feeling, you hurt people or yourself. When you act from an anxious feeling, you probably withdraw and avoid doing certain things and make your life smaller. But when you see that a feeling is a state of mind indicator, that's it. That's all it ever is. It's just to let you know, hey up, watch out, your state of mind is off right now. When you see that, there's really very, very little to do. And what's helpful as well, from that place of knowing it's just momentary state of mind wobbliness, is to know that your system is perfectly capable of taking you back to the equilibrium that you're seeking, that you may well be seeking outside of you often. Just like your system heals a scab without you needing to do anything. And if you pick at that, you're going to cause havoc. Well, probably not havoc, but you're going to prevent that from healing, aren't you? So that's the first thing, the misunderstanding about what a feeling is, what it means. It doesn't really mean anything other than, hey up, that was very Yorkshire, wasn't it? Your thinking's off. That's it. Just tap on the shoulder. Hey, watch out. Or, a dial on the dashboard, on your human dashboard. That's it. And once you see that, you navigate life in a very different way. I think fundamentally you do less. There's less to do. There's nothing to sort out, really. It's just my thinking, and thinking's going to pass through. That's like clouds. And the other thing that I'm really seeing a lot of at the moment is the misunderstanding around what thoughts are and what to do about them and what they mean about us. If you just had a window on my mind for a day, you would see a lot of complete nonsense go across my head. Utter nonsense. Some not very nice thoughts, I'll be honest with you. Some horrible thoughts. Some ridiculous thoughts, some silly thoughts, some random thoughts. That's the most important thing, they're random. Don't mean anything about you. I don't mean there's anything wrong with you. They're just random thoughts. And we all have them. And once you drop away from the meaning, you stop seeing this illusion of you being a certain kind of person who has certain kinds of feelings that are sticky and won't go away, and all of that. Imagine a world where you did not see that there was anything wrong with you anymore. And trust me, this doesn't mean that you don't make adjustments, but you make them in a completely different way. Gentler, kinder, less judgmental of yourself. But this great big label you've got, this concept of yourself as being broken, is an illusion created by thought. If you are ready to see more about this, then somewhere around this live that I'm doing, there will be, or somewhere around this recording, wherever you're listening to this, it goes all over the place, there will be an opportunity to partake in 5 simple truths to take you closer to calm, which is an ebook with an additional exciting thing when you get inside. I cannot put into words the change that happens in your life when you look in this direction to the truth of how our human experience is created. So please do have a look at that. Take care. Lots of love. Thank you so much for listening. There's nothing to do now but bring some awareness to how this is working out in your life. Listen regularly to experience longer and longer periods of calm. This has been the Calmcast with Claire Downham, Queen of Calm. Take care and keep listening.